What's going on, everybody? We have game 4 here between Klayton and Achilles, and we have some new factions on the board here. Klayton is taking Bactria, and Achilles Massilia. Massilia, pretty strong faction, honestly, in terms of the rule set, so they should have a good time here. Now, Klayton's on match point, but obviously you can see here there's 5 games, so we should expect Achilles to win. This could be interesting, though. Bactria, not exactly the strongest faction ever, but can bring some interesting things to it. And look at the Massilian force here, and Massilia, one of the strongest factions, especially if played right. You can see 4 Achilles Lancers, and this is Achilles, remember. Massilian Hoplite, 4 Thorax Swords, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 Slingers and a Gallic Hunter, and 3 omnipresent Tarentine Cav. So, strong army from Massilia. I mean, I'm interested to see why he brought so many archers and slingers. Maybe expected a skirmish build, certainly possible, from Klayton. And speaking of Klayton, let's analyze his build here. 3 Tarentines. Seems like a theme so far in this best of 5 series so far. We've got on the flank a Scally Thorax and Eastern Spear. Scally Thorax. So he's got 3 Scally Thorax Hoplites, which are, I want to say they're better than Hoplites, but worse than Thorax Hoplites. From my, oh no, he's got 4. So he's got 4 of them on the flanks here with 1 Eastern Spearman. And he's got 2 Levy Pikes. He's got 3 Eastern Slingers up the middle, very strong. Factory and Royal Guard, interesting to see if they face off against that Massilian Hoplite here. They're also very strong. Both these units strong Hoplite units. And then it's got a really interesting 3-4 Bactrian Noble Horse. I mean, these guys are super good cav units. Now, of course, in the past they were overpowered, if you guys remember that. It was a while ago. But yeah, they can be nutty if you let them stay in the combat for a long time. High armor, high health, good attack and damage. Now, these Tarentines are fighting out, lobbed up here, though. Meanwhile, this Achilles Lancer just charged in. But look, there's no support for it, and it should get bogged down and die here because the Bactrian Noble Horse did not get charged, and they'll just charge in, and now he can't pull out without hindering his own men here, and they'll slowly go down. He gets it at the cost of 20 men on the Scally Thorax Hoplite, so clearly was not a great charge. Now, on the middle here, we can see the Bactrian Royal Guard just said, no, we're going to go straight for it. And just charge up the middle here, should kill that Thorax Sword. Meanwhile, look at the Eastern Slingers. You don't see Eastern Slingers getting routed off the field by Gallic units, or, Celtic missile units very often, but you see it here because there's so many of them. And meanwhile, Pike gonna fill the gap here, that's better, from Klayton, not gonna allow them to get through there. And meanwhile, his general should be doing the work here. Oh, but now that the Bactrian Slingers are turning the tides, perhaps, as his focus shifts away from killing the Slingers to this big fight on the flank here. Tarentines in the back here. Meanwhile, these two fight these two. So the Tarentines are still all in the field. Now, his Achilles Lancers here against Noble Horse. Guess Noble Horse are winning that fight. Achilles must not have gotten the charge. You can see this is a pretty crucial fight. There's 3 of his Achilles Lancers, so 3,000 denarii in this battle here. Against some important units for the other side, too. We see 2 Noble Horse and a Scally Thorax Hoplite. The sheer power of these 3 Achilles Lancers seems to be enough, though. Now, the Bactrian Royal Guard General is doing well for itself, and the Massilian Hoplite should easily slaughter these Scally Thorax Hoplites. Especially, well, again, these Achilles Lancers are going to lose to this Bactrian Noble Horse, so they can end up recharging the other way around, maybe killing these missile units as well. You can see the Bactrian Noble Horse in the rear lines here. Bactria doing well on the flank, especially this flank, where they're winning most of these engagements. Yeah, 78 left here. But he doesn't have any cav, because Bactrian has a lot of cav in their rear lines, and lost like 2 there, but was unable to deal with this Tarentine cav in the back lines. Something Achilles has been able to do really well throughout this entire series so far is get his Tarentine cav to do a lot of damage. Meanwhile, though, the Massilian Thorax Swords are slaughtering the rest of the infantry. Ultimately, I think they will win this fight. Up in the middle here, it looks very favorable for Massilia. And here, they're winning as well. This Tarantine Cav not able to do damage because unlike the Bactrian case, this Tarantine Cav is surrounded by enemy Cav. You can see here, he's going to go for these slingers. That's the best choice. But this Hippeus Lancer should be able to come over here soon enough. And meanwhile, yeah, these Hippeus Lancers end up winning here because of the friendly support of their slingers here. Or no, it looks like they're Gallic Hunters actually, who have done well for themselves, 75 kills already. Bactria in general, gonna do some damage here. Finally got rid of the enemy here, did Bactria with the help of this noble horse. But these slingers have mostly been routed off the field. You can see them all running away like cowards there. This one slinger will be good, and now the general is under threat. But this Hippeus Lancer comes back. Scalithorax Hoplite is gonna die here soon, especially with the root charge. Bactria is gonna get its own root charge though, and this is gonna be an interesting fight. Because these Hippeus Lancers are not long for this world. They should die soon. But as I was saying before, the left flank was wrapped up simply by Massilia with their 3 Hippeus on that flank. Meanwhile, we see a blob of Tarantine Cav on the far left here. But yeah, there wasn't as much support on the left flank for Bactria. You can see the general was here. A lot of the infantry, the pikes, and the slingers. Where on this flank, you just had 2 Scalithorax Hoplites and a pike. And the 2 noble horses that died early on to the 3 Hippeus on the far left. So it looks like the superior infantry of Massilia more than enough here to defeat the Bactrian forces. And although the enemy general, the Massilian general here, will die, I don't think this is going to be a big problem, especially with the Hippeus Lancers having encourage and the battle being in the favor of the Massilians. I don't think they should rout. Slingers will though, with the death of the general probably. Yeah, the general's dead here. It's going to cause some minor disruptions, but 3 Hippeus Lancers, really strong. 1 Levy Pike, but just enough slingers to stay on the field to absolutely demolish what's left of these 3 units here. Obviously, they were never going to win. Now, he's got some Levy Pikes. I don't know how the Levy Pikes got out there, man. But they are. They're coming back to the battle. Got a couple of noble horses here, 9 men, doing well for themselves, but obviously Massilia will end up winning by just surrounding and pounding. Gonna focus the general here, probably the smartest idea. He should probably get the slingers out to the flanks though, considering he has the numbers to do it. But it looks like he knows it's over, so he's gonna charge in. Nothing at all that Bactria can do here. And Massilia is a strong faction, so I don't think that Klayton should be too mad about losing with Bactria, because Massilia have the pieces to really do a lot of damage, because they've got the good infantry, they've got the cheap slingers and barbarian units. You can bring your Celtics and your axe warriors, and you've got your shot cav, some skirmish cav, pretty much anything you would want. Strong hoplites and the Massilian hoplites. Of course, they did lose in this fight, but they are good hoplites nonetheless. And the general just getting focused down here. He's just trying to charge in and die a glorious death and find the general himself. Is that it maybe? I don't know. But he will certainly, or so, maybe he's already dead. I don't think so. But anyway, they should surely die a glorious death here. Levy Pikes trying to come in support. Yeah, they'll do well against this 1 Thorax Sword, but there's certainly more than just that 1 Thorax Sword left on the field for the Massilians. And they should easily take over this. So it's an interesting battle. I think the 3 Hippeus Lancers on this flank really paid out, because he was able to, paid off I should say, because while he did lose this flank, he held on long enough to eventually come back with his superior slingers. And of course, the entire left side of the battle was won by Achilles. So it's 2-2 now. And we can see the kills real quick. You can see Thorax did well for themselves, slingers did well for themselves. Tarantines, Achilles has shown he's really good with the Tarantine Cav, really able to do a lot of damage with them, especially in the back lines, killing off enemy slingers and that kind of stuff. General kind of did bad for Achilles, but that's about the only unit that really underperformed. Maybe some of his slingers, but they did get shot up by these Eastern slingers. For a Bactria, we can see that his noble cav was really ineffective at killing these Hippeus Lancers. They are obviously never going to get the most favorable engagements. This 1 mercenary Tarantine cav did well, but that's the only one. Much worse than these 3 Tarantine cav overall. His Scalithorax hoplites did fine, but obviously we're never going to win the battle on their own. They really needed the support of these noble horse and slingers to win. His general did good. Pikes did badly, but they're pikes. What do you expect, I guess? And yeah, slingers didn't do that well. I'm impressed with the Thorax swords, but I guess they were facing up against weaker infantry. If you think about it, that's the problem Bactria will have, is trying to get those 4 thorax swords also on the field with these elite cav. But anyway, good game. So we're down to game 5, which will be next. Thanks for watching, and see you guys next time.